The mind's a work of art, but the brush can get heavy. Time to upgrade. Hit that refresh, reprogram my head. MindShift Mondays, MindShift Mondays. That's where you want to be, because your mind deserves an upgrade.
Hello, everybody. I'm back. I'm Fatima Bey, the MindShifter, back again for MindShift Mondays. And I hope everybody is doing well. Got my glasses on today so I can see what I'm talking about. So I'm Fatima Bey, the MindShifter. I'm an international mind shift coach. I am here every Monday to answer your questions and give you some word of wisdom. So what I do is I sow thought seeds in your head so that these thought seeds can grow and change your life or enhance it. If you should choose to do something with those seeds, because I can put the seeds in the ground, but it's up to you to water them, water the seeds, and put some sunlight on them. So that's your job. I'm just here to plant the seeds. Now, currently I'm going through a series called Character Assessment. So that's where I'm talking about how to assess the character of those around you. And some of this will be your own self-assessment as well. And these are important because if you never assess yourself, you never assess anybody else around you, you will make a ton of colossal and foolish mistakes because of the fact that you're not paying attention to those things you need to pay attention to. You know, sometimes you're like, oh man, I keep picking the wrong friends. Oh, I wish I had known about this, about that person before I got into business with them. I saw the signs. I never should have dated them. If you pay attention to this character assessment, all of that will go away, but only if you apply it. And that's up to you. So as I go through this series, I talk about all of that, and then, but I take a deep dive into the topics I talk about. So I don't just talk about surface level stuff, the same stuff you hear everywhere else. I take a deeper dive and give you a new perspective, typically a deeper perspective than you usually get on any of the topics I talk about, which is why I talk about micro topics. And so I'm going to teach you the principles behind the details, and not just the details of what to look for in a person, but the principles behind details and how to balance all of that out when you're assessing yourself or someone else. And both are just as important. You got to assess yourself as well. So there's 3 areas of character assessment that I talk about every week because I think it's important to talk about these 3 areas and how that you can implement them in your lives and pay attention. So the 3 areas of relationship are dating relationships, romantic relationships, I'll call it, friendships, and business partnerships. All 3 of those are extremely important, and all 3 of those can really affect your life if you don't pay attention to character. All right, so I'm also going to say that I'm not afraid to talk about things. So I will talk about things that are uncomfortable. I will talk about things that are taboo. I might make you uncomfortable with some of the conversation, but they're real things that we need to talk about and deal with. So I will not hold back anyway. And my intent is not to hurt your feelings or to be offensive. But if that is the case, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I'm still going to keep talking because I'm more interested in solving problems than petting them. And that's why that's my approach. So because at the end of the day, if you actually listen to what I'm saying, you will make yourself feel better than the momentary feeling better by lying to you or soft peddling the truth. Because that's the reason why people are messed up, because they don't deal with the truth, because people are too busy soft peddling them. Oh, I don't want to hurt your feelings. Let me lie to you. I don't do that. And also I want to say, if you have any questions or comments, please hold them till the end. Or please go ahead and put them in the comments rather, and I will respond to all of them at the end. All right, let's dive in. So today is called The Gifted. I just realized the way I wrote it, you probably can't read it that well, and I apologize. I can't change it now where the words are sitting, but The Gifted. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm talking about with that. So often we confuse a person's gift or talent with their character. I'm going to break down exactly what that means and why it's so important. It's such a big deal. And you're going to see it in your life and around you if you pay attention. So let's talk about what your gift or talent is. So when I'm talking about gifts or talents, I am talking about your innate gift that you were born with. You have a gift, a talent for singing. You have a gift or a talent. You're good at math. You are good at biological science. Maybe you are meant to be a science researcher that will help humanity come solve a problem that's coming up next, or to find a cure for whatever. And that's a gift. Your gift might be you're good at analyzing things. That gift can get on people's nerves because you point everything out, but we also need that gift in order to fix things, and science uses that gift all the time. And so does, engineering is a type of science. So yeah, all sciences use that gift. Another gift would be, you're good at talking to people, and some of you are really good at convincing people, and you use them both together. And that is helpful in sales. That is helpful in politics. That is helpful in a lot of ways. These are all gifts that some of us naturally possess. That is not the same thing as a person's character. So let me read to you what the definition of character is. Character is the mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual. I'm going to say that again. The mental and moral, especially moral, qualities distinctive to an individual. I'm focusing on the moral part in this conversation. So when I talk about a person's character, I mean, look at the principles of this person. Are they selfish? Are they caring? Are they loving? Are they jealous? Are they lazy? Are they hardworking? Are they an opportunist? There are a lot of different characteristics that we can display, and what demonstrates them is life. When you are in a situation, when someone else is in a situation, let's say, and they're like, oh my God, this situation is really making this person crazy. No, crazy was already there. The situation was just the juicer that squeezed the juice out, and now you see what kind of fruit it is. You see, I worked in the bridal industry for many years, and over 20 years. And one thing I can tell you is weddings, they are the ultimate juicer. They are the ultimate character juicer. Because see, when a wedding happens, the bride who became a bridezilla, she's a bitch. No, she was a bitch before then. She just showed you her true colors when it happened. The family is selfish and stressing the bride out unnecessarily, which is something I would see a lot and would piss me off. But sometimes bride will get things that they don't deserve because the families, all of the mother of the bride, the sister, the best friend, the daughter, whoever, would show their true colors and would act like they're upset about everything about the wedding because it's not about them. They're showing the true colors. They're showing you who they are. Your relational dynamics will be proven during a wedding planning process. Trust me. I've seen it over and over again, and it's something that I see, and I would point it out to brides in private conversations at times. I'm like, you know what? It's a juicer. If you're seeing something, because that's what's there. You cannot get grape juice for an apple. You cannot get tomato juice from a pineapple. Why? Because that's not what you're dealing with. So when situations arise in people's lives and they begin to react to that situation, they're showing you exactly who they are. Good or bad. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's very good. Sometimes it's bad. This is also true with you. It's not the situation that made the person crazy. It's the situation that pushed that person to show who they are. Now, that might not feel good to hear that sometimes or admit to, but it's true nonetheless. So I'm going to dive into exactly what that means. So I gave you the definition of character because I want you to understand that and what I'm talking about. So go back to talking about gifts again and comparing them. Gifts are something that you were born with. You weren't born with character. You might have been born with personality, but you weren't born with character. And those are actually two different things. Your personality is your nature. So I'm talking about your natural personality, not who you developed into, who you pretend to be. Like I talked about last week, your personality from your representative, but the real you. Your character is different than your personality. So, for example, I'm by nature a talkative and bubbly person. That is my personality. That's what I was born with. It's who I was created to be, how I was created to be. And some of you are the opposite. You're more subdued, you're more reserved, and that is naturally who you are. And that is beautiful. There's nothing wrong with that. We do not all need to be alike. It's beautiful if we're not, actually. Your character is a series of choices. Your character is developed over time. You see, if you want to take a piece of wood and you want to mold it and shape it into this beautiful sculpture. If you want to mold and shape into this beautiful sculpture, you don't just look at it and say, oh, you was born wood, now you still a wood, and that's nice. You have to actually take the time to carve it, to work with it. It takes work. And you have to choose how you're going to scrape that wood. You have to choose what you want it to look like. It's a choice. So your character is not your personality. Your character is a series of choices. Not your situations, but your choices within the situation. That is what shows who you are, whether you want to admit it or not, whether you like it or not. And this is why I always say, believe what you see. Believe what you see. People will always show you who they are. All right. So your gifts you were born with. You were born with the skill. You're a good runner. You're good at sports. We see people all the time in sports who are like amazing on the basketball court, amazing soccer players. People are amazing singers. Oh my God, this person's a Mason Reed. They're the best I've ever seen. And that is true. Some people are just amazingly talented. It's beautiful to be amazingly talented. What the hell's that got to do with your character? Nothing. You didn't choose to be an amazing singer. You didn't choose to have this charismatic personality that can convince anybody of anything. You choose what you do with it, though. And what you do with it has to do with your character. It's a series of choices. So I'm going to break this down for y'all so you understand. Character is developed through choices. Now, here's the key thing that I wanted to talk about, the difference between these two things. Character is a choice. Gifts come with you. They are natural. You might still have to develop them. You could sing as good as Beyonce or Mariah Carey or name the next person. Many of those people took voice lessons. They're highly talented, amazingly talented. That doesn't mean that they don't have to develop their gift. I'm good at sales, but I had to work for many years in sales before I got really good. I started off good, but I got great after a while because I developed my skill. So just because you have to develop your skill doesn't mean that it's not a talent or a gift. It means that you're a normal human being. Your character is developed by a series of choices. Your choices that you make within the situations. The choice that you made when you were abused. Did you choose to forgive? Did you choose to move on? Did you choose to hold on to it? Did you choose to have resentment? Did you choose to kill them back? What did you choose? That is your character. Now, here's a key thing that people do. And we see this most with famous people, especially with famous people. Oh my God, this person can sing so well. They're so talented. And we think that means we should just do whatever they say. We should just be their friend. And everything else should be in place because they're so talented. And that is the most foolish thing that a lot of us do. And we often don't even realize we're doing it. Because to a certain extent, it's kind of human nature. We're enamored by the shiny object that we don't see the devil holding it. A person's character matters because, and I'm going to talk about how that happens in these 3 areas of life and 3 types of relationships. But a person's character is actually more important than their gift or a talent. Because you can have someone who is mightily talented. They're the best dancer, the best singer, the best whatever, best negotiator. But they're the first one to stab you in the back. They stab you in the back. That is that's part of their character. And that's a choice that they need to be that way. Is it worth it? You have to balance the scales. So when someone rises to fame, and I'm talking about famous people a lot today because this is really, 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 really so evident. And we can all think of somebody in our heads right now when I say this. So when we look at famous people, and this is why you got to be careful, parents, allowing your kids to rise to fame, because this is what screws them up a lot of times. When a person rises to fame, we have all these yes men. They have all these yes men around them. Oh my God, let's get in front of the camera. Let's be best friends with her because we can show on social media that we're such a big deal because I'm friends with Beyonce. Oh my God, Monique is my best friend. Whatever it is, whatever nonsense, whoever it is for you. So you go ahead and do all that. And this person who's now famous and has all these people around them, but they have undeveloped character. That is a dangerous spot for them to be in, and I feel bad for them because now they're going to take in all of this false, and I do call it false, accolades. That's not the word I'm looking for. False praise. They're praising your gift, but they're not praising you because they might actually not know you yet. They know your gift. They know what your gift brings, but they don't know your character. So they stay around you. Once around you, now they find out that you're a backstabber. Now they find out that you will do anything to climb to the top, and you will climb on everybody. You will step on your own mama to get to the top, to satisfy your stupid little ego. Now, the people around you who are enamored by the shiny object call your, the shiny object called your gift. They're enamored by that. And now they're screwed by your character. And let me flip that around. You start hanging out with the famous of the fame. And you think, I'm really in with so-and-so. Pick a name. Because all you guys look at different famous people and admire different famous people. So pick a name. Oh my God, I am in with so-and-so. I feel loved. I feel special because now the cameras are on me because I'm with them. False. False fame for you. But what you don't realize is the damage that they're doing to you. Because now this person who you thought cared about you, who you thought was good for you, is now causing damage to you emotionally. Because you thought they were good, but their character didn't line up with something that was beneficial for you. You were enamored by their fame. It's like I said earlier, you have the devil's holding the shiny object, and you're so busy going, "Ooh, look at that shiny object. Oh," because that's what we do mentally. Ooh. And then we don't realize the devil's holding it, and then he smacks us upside the head with it. This is what happens. It's not just with famous people. I'm just using that as an example. Pay attention to people's character, because if you don't, it will, if a person with an undeveloped character who hits fame 100% of the time does damage to themselves and those around them. Unless it's stopped. Unless somebody gets a hold of them that they'll listen to and they gain some wisdom and realize your poop stinks just like everybody else. And that they need to get a grip. And they got somebody to talk sense in their life who's not a yes man. That's what every single famous person needs. And unfortunately, they don't always have that, which is why we see the big falls that we see. And it's sad. And it makes me mad. And I actually feel bad for many of them. Some of them I don't, because they make stupid choices because they want to be stupid. But that's not everybody. A good portion of them started off with the right thing, and they just had the wrong people around them, and then caused them to make the wrong choices because they were underdeveloped in the first place. And this is why we got to be really careful. Parents, when you allow your kid to rise to fame, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It can be a good thing, especially if they're meant to. But these things need to be in place. They need to have people around them. They're going to keep them grounded. They're going to make sure that they don't go climb to the top of the arrogant mountain that they're definitely going to fall off of. It's why you see so many famous people who end up running to drugs, running to alcohol, running to a lot of different substances, because there's stuff that was never dealt with before they were put on a pedestal. Because that's what we do in this country. We worship famous people. We really do. We worship entertainers in this country, which is a bad thing, because all of them put their pants on the same way. All of their farts stink, just like yours and mine. They're human, just like the rest of us. So anyway, but when it comes to your friendships, these people can damage you because you're so enamored with their gift. And not just famous people, whatever their gift is. You're so enamored that he's the best piano player you've ever seen, and you have this play, and you have this entertainment company, and you really need him. And then you don't pay attention to their character, and their character is what stabs you in the back. Their character is what causes you to lose money because they screwed up a deal because of their dishonesty or whatever it is. You got to be careful because here's the other thing that people don't think about. If you get with someone who you pay attention to someone, or you keep someone in your life and you're enamored with their gifts and you're not paying attention to their character, these people will eventually, if their character is bad, that is, they will also ruin your relationship with others. Case in point, someone who's a gossip. Everybody who knows me knows I can't freaking stand gossips. I cannot stand gossips. I have absolutely no respect for them. And I keep them far away from me. Get out of my face, because I will tell you off to your face and kick you out. I can't stand them. I have no respect for them for many reasons, because I understand the damage that they do. Now, a gossipy person will cause you to lose friendships. Because, see, you were paying attention to their gift and their talent. You weren't looking at the character, and that character took a knife to everybody around you. Be careful. Now, when it comes to romantic relationships, this is a big one too. This is where a person with bad character can do the most damage, because your connection with someone that you are dating versus your best friend over here, or the friend that you go out with once in a while, the person that you're dating can do the most damage to you because of the fact that they are the closest to you emotionally. So your connection with them is typically much deeper, and therefore can cause you, they can do more damage to you, because the hurt and the harm that they do to you can be more. One of the biggest ways that they can do damage to you is actually finances. Finances. I see that a lot. There are many different ways. It's not just one way, and it's not always because they're intentionally stealing your money, but finances. A person with bad character is going to do shady stuff. Let's say that's one of their character things. They do shady things. They're going to cause you to lose money, because they're going to cause you to do things that we reap what we sow, right? So when you steal, when you are deceptive with your finances, you might gain you might gain a penny, but you're going to lose $1. You might gain $1, but you're going to lose 100. Well, isn't that stupid? And a person with bad character is going to do things to cause you to do that. And that's going to hurt you financially. They're going to cause you to invest in something because they're shady as hell and they don't pay attention. And then you are going to lose out. Excuse me. So you want to be mindful. It's one thing I look for when I'm dating someone. Excuse me. When I'm dating someone, I don't just look at, do we have a good future together? Are we in alignment with what we want for a future? Are we physically attracted to one another? Do I really want to become one with this person, so to speak? The first thing I look at before asking any of those questions, and it's a part of those questions, character. Is this person honest? Can I trust them? Does this person walk with integrity? Or are they just as shady as hell and say yeah to everything? You a child, bye. Bye, boy. I can't stand you. So for me, it's character. I look at character first before I get into a romantic relationship, friendship, everything I'm telling you, I make sure that I'm doing myself. And if I'm not, I reassess myself and say, oh my God, I just taught this lesson and I'm not fully applying it. And I've done that before. And then I go and apply it. So when it comes to romantic relationships, make sure that you are paying attention to the character, because the other thing that a romantic partner can do is change the whole direction of your life. I don't care how strong you think you are. I don't care how important you think you are. Ain't nobody going to change my mind. You get with a dumb fool, he's going to change your mind. She going to change your mind, whichever. It is very important that you are careful who you allow into that space for a romantic relationship, because they will absolutely change the direction of your life. And if you're with the right person, it'll be good. Or they're going to go in the same direction as you because what you guys want goes together. If not, they're going to turn you left when you should go right, take you off your journey, and you will be miserable. I don't care if they got all the money in the world, the best sex in the world, and they look good and they're nice. If they take you off your journey, you will be miserable. So make sure you're paying attention to character when it comes to that. Now, here's the biggest one I want to talk about: business. All right. So to me, this is the biggest one when it comes to this, the gifted, because the way we handle this in business is different. It's just different. So this one, This one is different because when it comes to business, you do have to pay attention, very strong attention to a person's gifts or talents because it matters. No matter what kind of business you're talking about, their gifts and their talents matter. But what you have to do that's different with friendships and then with friendships and dating, to a certain extent, weigh it out. All right, this person is really good at negotiating. They're going to get every contract that they go after. They are just really, really good at this particular area that I need them in. But is their character going to kill everything they do? It's like planting seeds, and then their character comes and picks up all the seeds, and nothing grows at the end of the day. Because they planted seeds and something grew, but then their character came and ripped the plants out. So when it comes to business, make sure, especially business partnership. Now, I want to explain this. When it comes to business, being in business with someone, and I mean having business, you work for a company, they work for theirs. Their character may not be the greatest, but you have minimal dealings with them. And sometimes that can work out, and that's just fine because you can't just only work with perfect people. You're going to work with all kinds of people. I'm not talking about that so much. I'm talking about partnerships because that's a different level of business. So a partnership means you and I are in this company together. We're a team. I'm not being a team with a stupid fool. You shouldn't be either. I'm not being a team with someone whose character is going to ruin everything we do because they're so freaking shady. I'm not going to be in a team with someone whose character gives up the second things get hard, because that's another character too. If they give up the second things get hard, I would not be in partnership with them. Why? Because you are not going to be able to go very far with them. Maybe they're good in every other aspect, and maybe they're genuinely a nice person. But what does a nice person have to do with being good in business at the end of the day? Very little. It has to do, when it comes to being a nice person, it has to do with how you deal with the people and business to business meetings and dinners and things of that nature and negotiations. Being a nice person can be very helpful there. It's not helpful everywhere. At the end of the day, they want to know, show me some numbers. Can you do this? If I invest in your company, am I going to get results? What's my return on that? So you want to make sure when it comes to business partnerships that you, in fact, are being wise and looking at their character versus their talents. Because those are two different things. And you do need to weigh it out. Nobody's perfect. So you do have to look at, okay, she's got this flaw, but she's got these strengths. This flaw is minor compared to her strengths. Hey, be in partnership with them. Nothing wrong with that because everybody's got flaws. All of us do, including myself. Nobody's perfect. But what I am saying is balance that out. If you have to write it out on a sheet of paper, split a sheet of paper down in half and write good, bad on one side, good on one side, bad on the other, and write a list and start comparing them like a scale. Which is heavier? What's more important? Does it balance each other out? Might be good. But if the bad is starting to tip the scale like this, I would say no. That's the choice that you make. And again, that's your choice. But be wise. I'm here every Monday giving y'all this advice for free. I got plenty of other stuff to do. I'm doing this because I want you to make wise choices. I would like to see all of you successful. And if you don't make wise choices, that will absolutely not happen. Because it's important. It's just important. So you want to be careful in any of those relationships, dating, romantic relationships, business partnerships, and friendships. Does the good outweigh the bad? In short, you want to look at character. Don't just look at, okay, they're famous. Okay, they're rich. Okay, they're talented. Those are nice. But what does their character say? Because, it's kind of like a nice glass of juice. I love juice. Pick your favorite juice, right? Juice is great. Oh my God, this juice tastes so good, even though it's got poison in it, but it's still good, right? That's what we do when we take on people that we shouldn't. We don't pay attention to the poison in their character. And we go ahead and drink the juice. You're drinking the poison. Just like we do with famous people in this country because we worship them too damn much. Just because someone is famous doesn't mean that your kid needs to be around them. They might be the biggest freaking child molester in the whole building. And that does happen. Don't let them get around me because they might go missing. I'm just saying. But anyway, I don't know what happened to that guy, officer. I don't know why his body parts are floating in the river. It wasn't me. So that's how I feel about them. But that happens. This happens. This happens. We get so enamored with this person is gifted with the tongue. They're gifted with how they talk to people, how they explain things. They're poetic and how they're so gifted. They're so charismatic. And they're the biggest child molester in your whole damn city. And you let your kid go there because they're so charismatic. I'm talking real right now. I know some of y'all are like, I had that happen. I've seen that happen because it does happen. I don't care how gifted the person is. Look at their damn character. You see how they're looking at the kids like they want to do something like an adult shouldn't do. And you can see it on their face. Why would you put your kids around them? I know I'm talking to somebody right now. I want you to think about that. Because that's real and it happens. And this is why I say these things. Because I want you to implement these things and pay attention to character. Because if you don't pay attention to character, you will miss the things that kick you in the head the biggest. The things that kill you or your relatives. Because you paid attention to the shiny object instead of character. All right. So having said all that, let me go through and read the comments. I got to take my glasses off to read the comments. And hello, Angela, Danny. Erica says, character is nature and who you develop into personality. Wait, what? Character is nature and who you develop into. Okay, who you choose to develop into. Personality, is that more natural? I think I answered that already. I think that was asked before I answered. Yes, choices within the situation does reveal the true person 100% of the time. So when people are in tough situations, that's when you want to pay attention the most. We're all happy and go lucky. If I give you $1 million, I'm going to see nothing but a wonderful person. But let me kick you in the head and see how you react. That'll show me I'm not going to kick you in the head. But I'm saying let a situation in life kick you in the head and see how you react. That's going to show who you really are. Are you resilient? Are you able to be the adult in the room when someone else is not? Are you mature enough to handle it? Are you immature and someone calls your name, you're like, you're a stinky doo-doo head. Okay, so now we showed your mental maturity. And you see people like that. I don't care how old they are. I've seen some old folks who were mentally 10 years old who act like that. So your character will show who you are. Hi, Natasha. I'm glad this is confirmation for you. You know what? You just answered a prayer. You just answered a prayer. We just prayed that beforehand. Yes, choices and choices and choices. Choices. Pay attention to character because I'm telling you, many of the issues you've had in life have been because you didn't pay attention to character and you connected with the wrong person. You don't want to hear that, but it's true. And that's not coming from it's all your fault kind of place. I'm coming from pay attention, learn from your mistakes and gain wisdom from it. I've done that too. I have absolutely done that. I'm thinking about a person right now who I was deep, close friends with for a long time. And I was really there for this person. And then they stabbed me in the back. And I realized afterwards that character was already there, but I had blinders on because I didn't want to see it. I looked at the shiny object and made that mistake. I won't make that mistake again. That person will never be in my life again. They'll regret it. But let's see what else. Any other comments or questions? I hate the way this scrolls. Yes. Thank you. Someone said I give the best motivation. I hope so. That's my goal. Yeah, I like the way Erica wrote that. Don't drink the juice. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Yeah, stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Don't drink the juice. Which is what a lot of people do. And they're like, especially, keep using famous people as an example because I think they're something that we can all relate to. But it doesn't just apply. Are you so enamored with that pastor or that Christian teacher that you're not paying attention to the fact that they screw everybody in the church? Character. Are you so enamored with the way this person can light up a room when they walk in, but they're going to verbally murder everybody afterwards? Character. Pay attention. All right. So I think that's it for now. And I thank you guys for joining. A couple things. So my partner, Erica. So you all know that I have, well, if you don't already know, I have a business called Bay and Bess, and I partner with Erica Bess. She is in the comments right now. She is a therapist, and together we do group therapy for girls and women. And so she's going to be on at 8:00 on her profile. So Erica, if you could put a link to your profile in the comments, and I strongly advise that you follow her. Last week was really good. And she's totally different than me. I'm a coach, so I talk about different things. She's a therapist, so she talks about, deeper psychological stuff. Although I dive into some of that too, but she's a therapist, so her focus is very different, but she's very good. And I strongly advise that you listen to her because you will learn something from her, and you can ask her questions live because it's free. And also I ask that everyone goes and likes the MindShifter page, my Facebook page. You could actually, if you want to put, Erica, if you put my Metricool bio link in there, and then you could just follow me everywhere. Because I'm on every platform, all major platforms. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is in there as well. And I also have, if you don't already know, I have an international podcast. My podcast, MindShift Power Podcast, is literally the only international podcast for teens in the world. So focused on teens and the issues that affect them. And like my personality, there's nothing I won't talk about. So you really want to pay attention to that because it's picking up steam and becoming much stronger. So you want to pay attention to that too. And look through the episodes that I've already had. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. I hope that you all got something out of today. And if you apply this, it will make a difference, a colossal difference in your life, which is what I hope to do. Thank you.